All right, we're back. So I wanted to follow up on, I love my Stark Varg, I hate my Stark Varg. I did reach out to support. They did get back to me. I do have the email response from them, which I'll read to you in a second. But we went ahead and washed the bike, got it cleaned up, ready to ride on Thursday. Let me take you back for a second. So my day 3 ride on my bike didn't work out too well up at LACR, Palmdale. The bike was shutting off on me. It was very unreliable at the time, but I did get things reset, and I got it to work so I could test it again the next day out at Oxnard, another trail ride. The bike worked perfectly, and that one problem. Started right up, took off, no hesitation, no stalling. I hit a few small jumps. It was good. Just like in the day 1 video I have posted on YouTube, you should check that out. But the bike seemed to be working pretty okay, but still a little nervous because I haven't hit any significantly large jumps, big jumps that would repeat the problem I had on my day 3 at LACR, which could be bad. Anyway, so let me read to you the email response back I got from Stark. This is what Stark said, Stark support. They were pretty quick. So I emailed them Friday. Obviously they're not working on the weekends, so I got a response back. Actually, I got a response back Monday morning at 3 a.m. So that's pretty darn good. I got it before I woke up, so I was happy to check my email at 8 a.m. in the morning, and there was a response from Stark about the bike. It says, hi, Dempsey. Thank you for contacting Stark. Send a video of the starting procedure of the bike. We can see that the software version of your bike is not the latest. Please follow the steps below to update the bike. So that goes back to what I said in the previous video. If our bikes are connected to 4G, they are connecting to Stark's futures, their servers back in Spain or Sweden, wherever they are. But they're connecting to the server. So when we call up or do a support email, they should say, hey, this is the problem with your bike. Our system here sees your bike is doing this or that. So we're going to be able to help you right away because we have already diagnosed and seen the symptoms through our server setup to your bike here in California or your bike wherever you are. So that's great that they can do that. And this is proof right here. They say it here. We can see that the software version of your bike is not the latest. That means they connected to my bike when it's turned on. They know what's going on with this bike. Okay, so here we go. Please follow the steps below to update the bike. Once the bike is on and connection with 4G is established, it will begin downloading the new software version. This will take a few minutes. The software is automatically downloaded when the bike is on or in standby mode, flashing red every 3 seconds. When the software downloaded is complete, the LED should flash magenta or yellow when you turn the bike on, indicating the software is ready to begin installation. To begin the software installation, please follow the steps on our video tutorial, which is on their Stark Future YouTube page, how to update your Varg software. And it goes on to say, once the update is complete, should take around 5 minutes, the Varg will shut off by itself. Then it'll turn it back on, and it should flash yellow for a few moments and then turn to flashing green. A lot of flashing colors. If they didn't write that down, I would never remember it, but here it is. If it stays flashing yellow, please repeat the software update procedure. If it doesn't change to flashing green after 2 attempts, please contact us here. Please let us know if you encounter any other issues. Please let us know if there's anything else we can assist you with. Best regards, Stark Future. So they are helping. Even though it's not a phone call, it's a support email with more information than I had and clear directions on how to get this thing headed back in the right direction, to make us feel confident with these awesome bikes, because they are bad. They're awesome, man. They're great. It's the baddest bike on the track, to me, in my opinion. Anyway, so we're going to do this. We're going to go through and we're going to follow the steps. My bike, I'll turn it on, let it get established with the 4G connection. We'll run through what they've asked us to do here, and we'll see if we can get the bike updated, because apparently they're saying my bike is not updated, and that's through connecting remotely to the Stark Varg. I mean, no Honda can do that, no Suzuki, no Kawasaki, no KTM, no Husky. So we're already ahead of the curve with this new technology here. So that's awesome. So let's get started and see if we can follow these steps and make this work. All right, here we go. So we're going to log in to my account, which is linked through the bike. Bike is not on, so let's go ahead and turn the bike on. There it is, red light, it's flashing green. I guess that's magenta. No bikes available, retry. Let's do that, retry. Okay, flashing magenta. Connecting, it says it's connected. Bike's at 36% charge. All right, we're still flashing magenta. Okay, so in the directions that is sent to us, it says here, once the bike is on and a connection with 4G is established, it will begin downloading the software version. This will take a few minutes. The software is automatically downloaded when the bike is on or on standby mode, flashing red every 3 seconds. When the software downloaded is completed, the LED should flash magenta. It's flashing magenta right now, or yellow when you turn the bike on, indicating the software is ready to begin installation. To begin the software installation, please follow the steps on our video tutorial, how to update your Varg software. All right, so let's check out this video, how to update your Varg software. VCU, side plate, rear shock, brake pedal, pull rod, throttle, disengage, shut down the Stark, how to charge the Stark, how to update the Stark Varg software. There it is. Let's watch it here. Bike is shut off. That means it finishes the update. And that's exactly what they said to do. Okay, so we went through and did everything Stark recommended in the email that they sent to me. We downloaded the new software. We installed the new software. We're following the button commands that they outlined in their video. It seemed to work just fine. The bike did shut off when all the updates were done. So that's where the bike is right now. It's shut off, supposedly fully updated. I believe it is. I think I'm going to take it out and drive it around the neighborhood just to see if everything is working the way it should be. I mean, that's the best I can do now. I really need to get back to the track, which will be Thursday, 2 days from now, to really test it out and see what's going on. But I wanted to let you guys know that Stark sent me a second email the same day. Actually, today's Tuesday. So they sent me my initial email from support to help me solve this problem Monday at 3 a.m. And then I didn't respond back to them. And they sent me a second email on Tuesday. I got it Tuesday morning when I woke up again. So that's above and beyond, guys. I mean, they're following up really on the problems I'm having. Maybe they saw the YouTube video. I don't know. But here, I'm going to read this email to you. Okay. It says, hey, Dempsey, are you still experiencing the problem with your bike? We have not received any feedback from you. We have noticed that you've placed an order for a brand new VCU. Please note that VCU must be coded with each specific VIN number, otherwise it will not work. We can ship you a VCU, but it would be best to understand your needs. Okay, so that VCU that I ordered, because I thought maybe it would be the VCU that's not working correctly, the Varg computer unit, I guess, that controls everything, the brain of the bike, they're recommending that we go through these steps first before they send it to me, because the VCUs are all coded directly to each bike. It says, looking at your bike's data, we noticed some odd behavior with the ECU. Have you noticed anything odd related to the VCU? Could you add more information to the current status of the bike? Preferably share a short video with us showing the LED status when you turn the bike on. We'll also invite you, listen to this, we'll also invite you to a live troubleshooting session where we can connect to the bike and carry out some procedures to try and get the bike running in normal conditions. Well, dudes, that's tip top. Please click the link below, select the time for your convenience, right there. So what they want to do is connect to my bike. I'll be on Google so I can talk to them, and they're going to connect to my bike remotely, I'm assuming, and go through the VCU and just do some checks while I'm aware of what they're doing. I mean, that would be awesome, so that I could learn more about how these bikes work. It says, still, we would like for you to try and perform the bike reset as our previous conversation, which is what we just did. We'll share the procedure again below, as this may fix the bike without the need for replacing parts or our intervention. Number one, ensure that you're in an area with strong 4G, not Wi-Fi. Remove the spoiler assembly. Bop. I see what they're trying to do. They want me to reset the CAN bus. Let's see. Number three, confirm the bike is off, no lights on the LED. Disconnect the CAN bus connector from the battery. Black round connector on the right side of the battery. We talked about that in the last video. Number five, while pressing the power button, reconnect the CAN bus connector and the bike. It should turn on. Okay, so here's a procedure. Okay, you take the plastic off. You take off this spoiler, right? And underneath, in the previous video, I showed you the top of the battery. There's the battery power connector, which was the orange connector. And on the other side, there is a circular connector. They call that the CAN bus connector. So what they want you to do, if you're trying to reset your bike completely, reset it, make sure the bike's completely powered off. Okay, and if you don't know how to do that, you really need to look in the 144-page manual. I'll tell you how to do it, but you should look in the manual. Okay, so if you hold the red button down for 2 or 3 seconds, it powers the bike off. Not, the bike is still on. Okay, you have to press down on both these plus and minus buttons at the same time, just for a moment. You hear the bike click, and it will shut off completely. That's how the bike should be. It should be shut off that way when you're washing it. Also, it should not be on at all. So again, hold the red button down for a few seconds. That shuts the bike off almost all the way, and then go ahead and press both these silver plus and minus down for another moment. That will shut the whole bike off. So once you've done all that, remove the spoiler, remove the plastic, go to the right side and remove, unscrew with a small twist the CAN bus connector, slide it up, right? And then it says here, disconnect the CAN bus connector from the battery. Now, while pressing down the power button, that's the red button here, reconnect the CAN bus connector to the bike. It should turn on automatically, right there. Okay, so again, I'll read it. While pressing the power button, reconnect the CAN bus connector and to the bike. It should turn on. That's what it says here. So that's their direction. And again, I'll put these up on the screen so you can see them. It says here, once the bike is on and the connection with 4G is established, it will begin downloading new software versions. This will take a few minutes. The software is automatically downloaded when the bike is on or in standby mode, flashing red for 3 seconds, blah, 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 blah. We got all that already. That's the step we talked about earlier about how to update once you've done all that stuff. So that's where we're at right now with the bike. I'm still very happy with it. I'm still a little nervous. But since we did do the reset right now, downloaded the new software, watched the Stark video to get it set up, get it installed. It is installed. It did everything they said it would do in the email they sent to me. I'm very happy with Stark support. I mean, it's awesome. Honda wouldn't have called me, nor would Kawasaki or Suzuki or anyone else for that matter. I can barely get my local dealer to call me back about my Honda that's been in the shop for 2.5 months. We won't talk about that. This is a Stark Varg video. Anyway, So I'm gonna go ahead and drop it off the stand and take it for a spin around the neighborhood. I'll see if I can get some video on that for you to watch as well. Okay, I want to follow up on a couple questions that people had about the Varg and how I'm using the Varg. I do charge, when I'm out the track, I do charge the bike with my Honda EU 3200i generator, and I do use it out of the 110, 120 outlet. I don't use it out of the, it's a 240 size outlet. I'm not an electrician, so I'm not sure. It's a 240 size outlet, as if you were to have 240 volts coming out or a camper hookup, but I use the generator on the 110 side, AC outlet, which again takes about 4 hours to charge. Actually, it seemed a little stronger than the house outlet, which seems weird. It charged a little faster at the track, but yeah, I use the 110 outlet out of my Jenny. I'm sure you can use the 240 outlet side as well, because the bike does come set up with, here I have one. Let me show you. The bike does also come with this outlet here, which is a 240 side. That does work on that generator, but I use it under 110. So that's how I charge it. Will I be doing any racing with the bike? Yeah, probably, but I gotta get all the bugs worked out. I gotta get comfortable. Part of racing is not necessarily just racing other riders, but racing the track. And that means you gotta be comfortable with yourself and the bike. So to have fun with that, which at my age, I wanna have fun. I'm not out to win trophies. I have tons of trophies from years of racing in the past. I don't need that to stroke my pride. I just go out and have a good time with my buddies, have a good time with other racers, and that's what we wanna do. That's why we got a great bike. Once we get all the bugs worked out. But anyway, another question someone else had, someone also asked if I had tried checking the water pump connection. I did. I checked the water pump hoses. Everything looked great. No leaking. Everything was good in that area. I know that when I was riding on day 3 out of LACR, 98 degrees, 100 degrees, that I thought maybe it could be a cooling issue, which I'm not too sure about that anymore. The last video I posted, I did receive a response back from a Stark Varg engineer, and he kind of gave me all the explanation as to a little bit about the bike, how the bike was engineered. The heat shouldn't be a problem. So if you want to find out what he said, go into the comments of my previous video. I hate my Stark Varg. I love my Stark Varg. Read the comments. In there, there's someone who works, I think he works for Stark. He says he's a Stark Varg engineer, and that will give you a lot of insight as to how this bike works. He opened my eyes to a lot of things, made me feel more comfortable. Okay, before I hop on the bike, there's one more comment. I want to give a shout out to @JohnDepperschmidt. He requested that I take the bike out to Glen Helen and give it a run for battery life on the main track. And now we know Glen Helen main track is rough. Glen Helen is a heck of a track. It's hosted many nationals with the pros, battles between Carmichael and James Stewart, and McGrath was out there. I mean, just Rick Johnson. The history goes deep at that track. And that track demands your full attention when riding. It demands full attention out of the bike, because that track will buck you off quickly. It's got steep uphills, steep, fast downhills. It gets whipped out. I mean, it's just crazy. Before motocross season every year, that's where we see a lot of riders coming out to test their setup for the outdoor championship. I was out there a few months ago. We were riding, and here comes Justin Barsha. Last year I had Eli Tomac out there. I was on the track with Tomac and Ken Roxon when Roxon was back on a Honda. You know, regular visitors out there, we see a lot of Team Kawasaki out there. We see a lot of Rockstar Husqvarna out there. So Glenhelm's a great track to test this bike. I will be riding it this Thursday on the main track. Try to put in a moto or two. A moto for me is maybe 17 minutes, 20 minutes. It might be 8 laps, 10 laps. I don't know. It's going to be hard, but I'm going to push through it just so we can test the battery. I'll throw a GoPro on to see if I can at least get you a view of the cockpit where we have the cell phone giving the data as far as speed and power usage. So stay tuned for that. That should be coming up probably this weekend. Close to Halloween, I'll post that video, so you guys should definitely check it out.